What is up, everybody? I'm of course the one, the only, the Joker of Yu-Gi-Oh! Representing the Legion, and today I'm coming to you guys with a Nurse Burn deck profile. So the reason I want to give you guys a Nurse Burn deck profile of all other deck profiles today is because, you know, I've been reading a lot that everyone thinks that Trick Stars are of course going to get hit. Even though I do want to say, you know, hey, no, I want to use the whole excuse of, no, it's used by a main protagonist, the deck would never get hit. I mean, it's in the anime, you know, I'm not going to follow that reasoning. And for that reason, you know, I made sure that I have a backup deck. You always got to make sure you've got a backup deck ready, because you spend so much money into this game, you got to make sure you've got a backup deck in case your main deck gets hit. So of course my backup deck is Nurse Burn, and that's why today I'm coming to you guys once again with the dual camera setup, as you guys can see by my phone being right there. That I'm going to be bringing you guys my Nurse Burn deck profile. It's changed a little bit and a few things I am waiting on, but you know, I'm going to be giving you guys some personal tips as well, and you know, just showing you guys how the deck works in general if you guys have never seen this deck in action. And hopefully at the end of this video you give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already smashed that subscribe button, hopefully you also do that. And as always guys, if you're thinking of anything to say, feel free to comment it down below. But of course guys, without further ado, let's just jump right into the deck profile, shall we?
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
So many happy faces!
Okay everyone, so first off, yeah, I got my Joker deck profile that my Harley made. But of course guys, I'm actually using a different mat. This isn't my gameplay mat. This is actually the mat that I use for my computer setup, and I didn't want to get my other mat out. So this is the one you're going to be seeing today. Comment also down below which one do you like more. But of course guys, for the main thing, this is the Dark Lord, you know, Nurse Burn deck. Even though the only Dark Lord card I run is this. This is the only monster I even run. I do not play that whole, you know, one where you have to run card D, because the whole thing of it, it stops it being an FTK play. I don't like running it, so yeah, that's why I only play the 3 Nurse. You can play, you know, Battle Fader and Swift Scarecrow if you're really afraid, but also keep in mind, this is the FTK version. This is the version that, you know, as soon as your opponent starts their turn, you want to be killing them, you want to be hated that much, but if you're like me, you just laugh it off. So that's why the only monster, of course, is the Nurse Reticule. The next one, of course, is the spells, and the spell lineup is pretty basic, you know, just heavy draw power. Triple Card of Demise. The fact that this card has been reprinted, the fact it's a little bit cheaper is a lot nicer. Honestly, I've seen this card go from, you know, the 40 card price to 30 where I bought it out. I bought it around like 25 to 30, and now it's back to like 20 to 25. So, you know, it's easier to pick up a playset of this. Triple Pot of Desires, because, you know, this card is just absolutely great. You banish 10 cards, but keep in mind that you run pretty much a playset of every single card in this deck that pulls off the combos, so you can banish a few. Triple Into the Void. Honestly, I love this card, and I love the amount of people that I have to keep on explaining it to of how it actually works. Now, that's the one thing I don't like. Honestly, I did a video on explaining, you know, this card does count as the 3rd card. That's what makes this card absolutely great, and people are still, you know, bitching about it. But honestly, you know, comment down below if you've ever had that problem as well. The next one, of course, is Triple Pot of Duality, that rare variant. Oh, so nice. Now, this card is absolutely great. I love it because, you know, you get to choose one of the 3 cards. The only problem with this card is you don't want to be activating this card first 9 out of 10. The reason that being is, you know, I've done it first a few times, and sometimes it's the only card you can activate. But honestly, you know, if you activate this card first, you reveal those 3 cards. If they see one Burn card, they know you're playing Burn. If they see Nurse, they know you're playing Nurse Burn, so it really does lower you of the ability of, you know, being able to trick your opponent. From there, of course, we're running the Triple Magical Mallet, just being able to shuffle back those cards you don't actually want. For example, because we do double up quite a lot in your hands, just being able to shuffle them back and get the cards you actually do want is a lot nicer. Triple Dark World Dealings, the beautiful rarity. This card is absolutely great as well because, as I said, you play a play set of every single card basically in this deck that is relevant, and basically every single one is, other than, you know, one-off, which you'll see at the very end of the spells. Well, that's why this card is great, because, you know, you can't activate double Card of Demise, you can't activate double Pot of Desires, so being able to just get rid of the one that you can't use again is great. Same with Dark Lord. You can only summon one, so you may as well get rid of the other. Triple Cup of Ace, because, you know, when this card does resolve, it absolutely is great. It does give you the draw. But this is another card that, you know, if I have to choose between Dark Lord Dealings and Cup of Ace, if I'm not feeling lucky, I'll get rid of the Cup of Ace so I can get that draw that I want. And, you know, just for that one-off Upstart Goblin, which is a lot nicer with Dark Lord on field, because they, of course, burn for that 1,000. If I don't have Dark Lord on field, and I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to get that 9,000 damage, I can only guarantee 8,000, you know, 9 out of 10, I won't activate the Upstart. But as I said, that's like the only one-off in the deck, in the main, actually. Every other one is, of course, a playset. Now, of course, we've got the trap lineup. The trap lineup is pretty basic, you know, triple bad reaction to Small Share. I've seen some people play only 2 of these. Honestly, I prefer to run 3 because, you know, it just gives you the ability of having a lot more. If you banish 2 of them, you want to make sure you've got a 3rd. If you somehow, like, I've done it once before where I've banished all 3 of my Nurse Ref kills, banished 2 bad reactions to Samolche, but I top decked the other Samolche off the Pot of Desires. It was just absolutely beautiful. Triple gift card, because, you know, it's the main burner, 3,000 of course. Triple try and guess. Now this is a card you can feel free to take out when it comes to side decking, because if you're versing Paleo, and the Paleo player for some reason isn't playing XZs, or they're not playing Synchros, they're just playing the whole fusion lineup and try and guess themselves, you know, this is a nice card to take out. Triple Pass of Destiny, just flip that coin, burn your opponent. If you've got Samolche on the field, it guarantees the burn, same with Nurse. And then last card is, of course, Triple Secret Barrel. This is just another card that allows you to burn your opponent. Now, honestly, this is a card that I've been thinking about taking out of the main, and I've actually ordered myself the Triple Banishment card that allows you to search for a Dark Lord. So when that card comes, I might be taking this card out, I might side it, but I'll get into, you know, when it comes to side decking in a little bit. But, you know, the main thing, before I get into the side decking, is, of course, the whole combo is just being able to draw into everything. And I do want to say this now before the video is over. You know, let's just say you've got triple gift card, Samolche, and, you know, your other card is Ref Kill. Now, either way, your main thing is that you want to burn. And of course, if you've got, you know, the annoying Pass of Destiny, you flip a coin, they're going to burn either way. But I do want to say this, you know, if you don't have Nurse on the field, and you've got gift card, gift card, gift card, and reaction in your hand, that's absolutely great. Just set the 3. But this is the thing I do want to say. When it becomes their turn, make sure you activate Samolche last. I know it's stupid to say in this video because a lot of you guys are smart enough to know how the whole chaining works. But I do want to say it for any of you newcomers, just to really help out. When it comes to chaining, the last one in the chain, of course, is the first one to resolve. So there have been some occasions where some people have actually gone Samolche and then gift cards, so they don't actually get the burn because Samolche is the last one in the chain. So just keep that in mind when you're actually playing this deck. That's the only thing that really is the whole combo that actually is to work with this deck. Other than that, it is just straight up drawing into your cards to be able to eventually burn your opponent in that one turn. Now, of course, with the extra deck, you know, because we're playing Try and Guess, it is just any 15 fusions. Honestly, I just use all girl power because it's fun. Honestly, it just has the most beautiful artwork, so that's why it's all girls. As simple as that. But when it comes to side decking, as I've said in the past, guys, it is all up to personal choice. It is all up to what you guys are actually playing at your locals, what you're facing. And if you need any help on that, feel free to comment down below, guys. I'm happy to give my personal opinions and all that and help you guys out. But honestly, with this side deck, I just decided to have a lot of fun. So that's why I went triple MST, because, you know, just destroy that annoying back row card that you don't want to deal with. Triple Called by the Grave. Now this is a card you can also main deck because Droll is the biggest card problem with this deck. If you get ashed, you can still potentially draw quite a lot. There are other cards that you can draw into. If they ash your Banishment though, you know, that does kind of slow you down a little bit. But Droll, that is the card that really does screw over this deck. So unless they get 2 Drolls in your hand and you've got a Called by the Grave, just use Called by the Grave and, you know, just get rid of it because that's what you really want. Then of course, you know, double My Body as a Shield, double Forbidden Stress, and double Forbidden Lance. These 6 cards straight up just for that protection. You want to be protecting your Nurse. If your Nurse gets destroyed, then you don't get to burn, and that's of course, you know, the worst thing. And as you'll see, you know, I am missing 3 cards here. The reason that being is because these last 3 cards are all up to personal choice. I wanted to say this right now. So, as I said, like literally a second ago, it is all up to what you're facing at your locals, that it depends on what you're siding. So that keeping in mind, you know, your last 3 cards, honestly, I say should be burn ones, should be optimal burn ones. So if you don't want to play Secret Barrel in your main, but you want to play the Banishment card that I'm exactly going to be playing, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Just side those 3, which is what I'm probably going to be doing. Because honestly, just, you know, let's say your opponent heavy uses, you know, everything that doesn't work with Try and Guess. So, because of that, you have to have a different burn card. Or if your opponent has other cards that kind of stop your burn cards, you've got to have a way around that. So that's why, you know, your last 3 cards, or even if you wanted to take out the Forbidden Lances or, you know, Forbidden Dress and just have straight up all those cards be burn ones, that's up to you guys. Just as long as you've got some kind of protection is always good. Even if you want to play triple My Body as a shield and make the other cards, like you would take out them, that would be on My Body as a shield, and then make those cards other burn cards, that's perfectly fine, guys. Just to make sure you really do get the burn, because that is what Nurse Burn is all about. It's in the bloody name. But of course, guys, you know, other options can be Spell Shade and Arrow. Now, this card was, of course, more relevant when it came to Pendulum format and all that, but, you know, still, it can be pretty fun. Cemetery Bomb, because this card is absolutely funny against all those people that loved putting those cards in the graveyard. And of course, Chain Burst, because against one of my personal favorites, which is Trickstars or Paleos, because, you know, after you burn them, then you can just be like, okay, yeah, Chain Burst, if you activate any traps, you're going to burn yourself for 1,000 and guarantee I can win. Or, you know, the other one, of course, is DD Dynamite, which uses heavy against banished decks. But of course, those are just some options, guys. As I said, it's all up to you guys of what you guys preferably like to play, what you guys want to play, and that's all up to you guys. As I said, if you guys want to change anything, feel free to, guys. But at the end of the day, you know, I just hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. This is one of my favorite decks. It, of course, is Nurse Burn, and hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Of course, guys, as always, I want to just say, you know, if you want to ask anything to be made, or, you know, feel free to comment it down below, or feel free to say anything you wish. I pretty much try and read every single comment that gets put there in the bottom, you know, wherever a comment is that's related to me, I try and read it. And, you know, respond to you guys as quickly as I possibly can, because that's just what I love doing. I love getting in contact with you guys. I love talking to you guys. It's a lot of fun. So keep it on that in mind. You know, I just hope that you guys did enjoy this deck profile. As I said, if Trickstars do get hit, this is what I'm going to be playing. If they don't get hit, I'm going to keep on playing Trickstars. Either way, I'm playing the burn. And it's going to be a lot of fun. But of course, guys, before I sign off, there are a few things I would always like to say. Number one, of course, is I hope you guys just enjoy the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Whatever TCG you play. Make sure to, you know, comment down below whatever you want to see next. Smash that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. And of course, guys, I actually have a question for you guys. What deck are you going to be playing when that ban list drops? Or, better yet, what cards do you think are going to be banned? And maybe I'll do a video about talking about all the cards that are going to be banned or should be banned, going off all the comments that you guys, of course, put down. But of course, if you want to see that, you got to comment down below. Of course, guys, that's it for me. As always, just keep on smiling, enjoy the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Whatever TCG you play, as I said. And that ends it for me, the one, the only, the Joker of Yu-Gi-Oh! Representing the Legion, signing off.